Future Rob here. Past Rob doesn't know this yet, but he bit off way more than he could chew. My goals were so lofty and ambitious, in fact, that I have been burnt out for 3 months. It's over 10 hours of content to sift through. Trying to get ourselves back on track on an editing schedule, though. The idea for the one video turned into enough content for about 3. Video chapters will be in the description below. So I think that the fact that I need to go all the way back to a town to swap my party to use Surf is more than enough reason to check in with Bamb'o. I can't remember the last time I checked in with Professor Bamb'o, but because I need Surf and I need to go back to a PC anyway because the rats are insufficient, it seems like an appropriate time to start leveling up my Eletux. I could EV train it, perhaps. Back to Bamb'o and EV training Eletux. That's an actionable plan. Is that an exit? No. Oh, it's higher level. Okay. Repels don't work if the Pokemon is a higher level than your party lead. We don't have one of these yet, so that's okay. Never mind, guess it's a KO. Haven't really done too much EV training, but Wobble was defense trained. I think I want special attack for the Eletux. I'm gonna have to figure out what EVs are available. Is it faster to run or take the train? We're gonna do a little bit of PC management before we head over to Bamb'o. From what I can tell, there is no quick way to move Pokemon within your PC. Talking about switching the hand to the yellow cursor that automatically moves or group select, we got nothing. Right, can I shift which cursor I'm using? Okay. It's been a while since I've been able to sort. That's all well and good. Is there really not a toggle move? Not that I can tell. Did I genuinely happen to stop just there? Yeah, a way to select multiple would be good. So there does not appear to be a multi-select cursor, which is upsetting, as I'd like to move around more than one mon at a time, or in sequence. 2 defense, 1 special attack, and 1 speed. The fact that there's special attack means it's fought something that gives special attack EVs. It's only been on the first route, so Chinmonks are defense. I think Cubbug was defense. It's gotta be Burby? The original plan here was to have a training montage similar to what I did for Wobble, but where I was guaranteed repeatable defense EVs when training against the rich trainer in the Poké Center, I am just encountering wild Pokemon without a Macho Brace. The mission took far longer than expected, which has caused me to revise my editing style multiple times. Giving our Eletux Surf for a same type attack bonus move. We could always find the move deleter later. So there are ways to remove EVs if it's not the right thing, but 2 defense, 1 special attack, 2 speed. This one has a mix. We're also going to give him Shockwave so he never misses. Okay, so Burby is the special attack EV giver up here, so if I just fight a bunch of them, it should be good. This is Kevlar. Can I buy berries here? I think, if I'm right, if we're right, summary, this will take away the 2 defense EVs. And we are correct, it did remove the defense EVs, so for 1,000 Polka Dollars you can start removing EVs if you've borked your training. So it's going to be a bit of training, a bit of side missions. Welcome to a filler episode. The encounter rate for Burby here does not seem particularly high. A revive. Alright, well, in any case, I know it's Burby that I'm looking for. So we're gonna head back and see if the professor has anything for us. An egg. Suppose it's time to go manage our party. Future Rob again. We're going to be cutting off this video slightly after the egg hatches. Part of the reason I was so ambitious with this project were updates to my recording and also my video editing workflow. Learning how best to use these new tools has been quite the experience, but I've been quite pleased with the resulting productions and I hope you all are too. I mistakenly grabbed one of my rodents with Runaway instead of Pickup. Gonna have to come back at 75. Level 8. Do you see how I'm cutting off the flashing screen, but then letting the fade in happen and then running into each of the fights? At some point I decided that I don't really like editing that and splicing out just the flashbang portion of the screen, especially when so many of the encounters are things I need to run away from anyway. Replacing the Runaway Chinmonk with another one that has Pickup to optimize rare candy farming while I train. My greatest issue with editing a video like this is that I don't like to do long cuts where you just miss everything that's happening on screen. But the nature of this video is that there's not that much going on screen. Training for EVs without Macho Brace or other EV generating items or subsystems is pretty dry content. Honestly, in hindsight, I probably should have just waited till later in the game to do this. But I wanted a sweeping starter now, so hindsight is 20/20. So I've had that itch to play Pokemon Uranium again, and the only reason I had stopped where I did was because I had so much to edit backlogged, and I didn't want to just extend the backlog for myself to have to sift through. But at the same time, I started playing this over a year ago now. Future Rob has already collected 10 mystery gift Pokemon. And it looks like Outen gives the Speed Eevee. I don't mean to say that I'm upset about it either. I love that the community is active enough that we're getting mystery gifts like this. But my self-imposed obligation to document my process of playing through this game has been holding me back from, actually playing the game. And so I'm here editing and re-revising something that I was working on almost 3 months ago, over 3 months ago now, trying to figure out how best to process the monolith, which is 10 hours of mostly repetitive content. And by the end of this one, I think I more or less have it solved. Got a King's Rock. Ooh, a piece of candy! That also leaves the other segments I had already edited here prior, kind of in this weird purgatory. Or rather that this video is the testing chamber for multiple different styles of editing. For example, at this point you may have noticed that I'm showing the fade in to a fight, but not actually cutting into it if it's just something I run away from anyway. Therefore, we won't be seeing too many more chipmunks. I don't really think Defense Curl helps me in any way. I mean, this thing's gonna be a sweeper. If you didn't know, you can encounter Mankey in this area. I'm assuming that would be attack EVs. Tell me there's a lot of chipmunks in the area without telling me there's a lot of chipmunks in the area. And at this point I had switched to only showing the fade-ins for the things that I was doing and not even showing the running around portion. Why? Because I'm in the same area anyway, doing the same thing over and over again, and you're watching my descent into madness. But in all seriousness, I kind of kept every different style that I used, mostly because I want to know, what do you guys prefer? And we're only at 21 of like 250 special attack EVs. Now, something that I won't realize until at least the next video is that I could be EV training more than one Pokemon at the same time. It's not like that's something I don't already know, it's just something that I kind of forgot about while I was sitting here losing my mind. All you need to do is use an experience share or swap to the other party member that you want to also gain the EVs. Ooh, a piece of candy! I talked a little bit about retooling my video editing process, and it's about 79 lines of mixed shell and Python scripts that run FFmpeg commands for me. But it does what I need it to do, and it helps to compensate for some of the shortcomings of OpenShot Video Editor, which is still a pretty great tool overall, just missing some quality of life tools. Alright, so I might have put on the electric kettle for a cup of tea, expecting to be feeding my cat shortly, and when I went to go find him, he was snoozing. So I sat down to keep working. He doesn't come along for another hour when he's naturally begging for lunch because now he's famished, he's an hour late for his lunch. And so I go to feed him and I realize, oh boy, I left the tea kettle running that whole time. So is that just a really inefficient humidifier, or... Look, don't judge me, I haven't had my tea yet.
Get him!
There are a few things more comforting, warming on a cold day than a nice cup of black tea with some honey in it. Just try not to forget that you turn the electric kettle on, that's probably a bad habit to have. So I can actually do something really silly here, which is using the learning of Thundershock to forget Shockwave because TMs are reusable in this game, and then extending my trip by 30 uses of Thundershock and then an additional 20 uses of Shockwave. Keep ourselves out of the Poké Center. And truly, any travel time saved is a blessing. I didn't realize they could roll special defense that high. I actually should switch to Thundershock. Unless it's a low enough level that I know Water Gun will do the job. So the level 5 Burbies can actually roll high enough special defense to tank Water Gun from a level 13 Modest Nature Eletux. Pretty much the peak of potential special attack at this level. It's been a little over 3 months since my last Pokemon Uranium upload. Do I ever plan on finishing this series? Yes, absolutely. Although the next video will probably be cut even more aggressively than this was.
Look at the bird. Oh, kind of cute.
I zap it. We'll get there together, steadily. Just a matter of finding the time to do it. And it's a bit cold to be outside, so being in video editing sounds pretty good to me right now. Oh look, another bird. I started this playthrough after Riot Games started rolling out kernel-level anti-cheat on their games. And I gotta say, I've been a lot happier since uninstalling League. Who would have guessed? Other than, you know, like, everyone, ever. Ooh, a piece of candy! But in all seriousness, I've played more DBD than anything else this year, and then some Minecraft and some Borderlands 3 and this. But I've also spent a fair bit of time programming, doing professional development in general, spending time with friends, exercising, and I might not have done that. I don't know, I'm not really one for New Year's resolutions in general, but it is the start of a new year, and I've been reflecting on my past year, and overall, I'm happy at how far I've come. I would like to get more and higher quality videos out, especially more about information technology in general. To everybody listening right now, despite all of my rambling, you're why I upload. Thank you so much, and I hope you've been doing well. We hit 50 subscribers in 2024, and honestly, just thank you. I never expected to get this far, but I do really appreciate you. I know I upload a variety of things. That's level 15. I think part of what rekindled my interest in completing my Uranium playthrough was that one of my buddies mentioned that he's playing the Pokemon Row ROM hack. That's r.o.w.e, which appears to be an Emerald ROM hack with mechanics that go all the way up to Gen 9, including Wonder Trade features. Looks like a pretty ambitious open world title, honestly. But I'm gonna finish playing this before I take on another JRPG. And 5 of 8 gyms done currently, we're over halfway there, why not just finish? Actually, I've already finished the 6th gym, but you won't see that for another episode or 2. But we are back to grapple with 10 hours of footage. Well, 10 for me, not for you. Level 16? And now I've reached a point where I've cut out the overworld entirely just to speed up the process. I'm not entirely sure that I like this style either. A lot faster to watch the experience bar go up this way though. Speaking of gaining faster experience, how long do you think it is before I realize I can move on to a different area and still be sweeping? Go on, guess. Is it before or after I hatch the egg? The thing I don't like about this current editing style is that I wasn't paying attention to all of the other encounters that I ran away from. I'm a nerd, I like numbers, I could have kept that data in a spreadsheet, and later on, I do. But for this segment, I could not for the life of me tell you how many of what I've encountered here, because I'm not going back to rewatch all of that again. Level 17. Oh, AquaJet, we like a priority move. And by replacing Water Gun, even though it's a physical instead of a special attacking move, we've extended our trip. If I had a Macho Brace, I'd be getting twice the EVs. Why am I doing this without a Macho Brace? Am I okay? who hurt me. But yeah, there's totally a reason that I decided to stop shortly after hatching the egg. Oh, the egg moves occasionally. It might be close to hatching. 84 special, 30 speed, this is gonna take a while. It is truly great to see that this series does still cultivate interest. I can see that people keep finding the series even though I haven't posted anything in a few months. And I'm taking steps to give myself more time to edit down the road. Only at 88 special attack and 32 speed EVs. Doing this without any sort of items or improvements is just... well, it's not a very good quality of life, is it? Interesting. However, this slogfest isn't entirely in vain. By EV training our Eletux, he will do more damage. Higher speed and higher special attack means that you'll go first more often, and potentially finish fights before your opponent has a chance to retaliate. And simply EV training now saves us from having to go back later to fix suboptimal EV distribution using berries. One of the first times Tackle has rolled high enough to one-shot one of these level 5 Burbies. But is it actually worth the time investment right now? 50-50. It does, however, give me a sweeper that covers Jonathan's weaknesses. However, I really don't think that the benefits outweigh the monotony of this. That was a misclick. I think I'm close to running out of PowerPoints. Where are the birds? There we go. 11 more. I was reaching a point where I was fatigued from recording, not even the editing process, which is part of why it's taken so long for me to get back to this. I wonder if 6 more is enough to level up, or if I'm gonna need another TM. I might just go heal instead of doing the TM swapping, because I could go and sell a bunch of items at this point. Probably should. Birds! That might be a level. And on the last PowerPoint, now, can I escape the tall grass? Ooh. Nice. I could have just struggled out, it's fine. Where was the shop in this city? Actually, can I get back by the department store town? That would be a better place to be. We'll just go here. Oh, that's a lot of full heals. And... antidotes. Oh. I didn't sell all of my antidotes, did I? Oh. Interesting. By harnessing the perfectly balanced power of the ability Pickup on multiple Pokemon at once and just retrieving items after every completed encounter, I have more items than I ever know what to do with. And it's primarily in the pursuit of extra rare candies, so I pretty much just liquidate everything. This does allot me the luxury of being able to go on a shopping spree whenever I want, so this EV training hasn't truly been single purpose. I think I'm actually able to store properly on a single thing in here. Despite stacks within your bag only going up to 99, within your PC you can overflow that number beyond 99 to a stack. Yeah. So if for some reason you're trying to truly collect all of those unused Great Balls, potions, antidotes, etc., keep them in your PC. It'll hatch soon. And we're a little less than halfway for our special attack EVs. Yikes. And it was around now that the editing was finally starting to take its toll, so after the next clip, I switch how I'm handling the encounters once again. Fret not, recording me mumbles about it. You know, I should probably clip it just because I went to heal. So I'm gonna remove these items. Are we good? Because we're close to the egg hatching, I've switched to not showing the encounters and instead just showing the overworld movement. But I've kept a careful tally of all of the encounters. Level 20 or the egg hatching? I'm gonna take a break. Lots of music resets between encounters. Ooh, piece of candy from Candy. Nice. Alright, so I think we're up to... Do we only have like 25 rare candies? That seems like not that much. I mean, it's a fair bit, but it's not that much. Unless I had more in the PC. I could have had more in the PC. Alright, so the encounters that you missed through the duration of the rest of the video are 36 Chinmonk, 8 Outen, 9 Cubbug, 8 Burole, 16 Burby, and 2 Mankey. 24 of 79 encounters were things which we actually fought. Everything else was a runaway. Now, is this a better way to handle the sheer number of encounters which I have to flee from? I don't know. By this point in the editing process, I am in so deep that I honestly cannot tell you what makes sense anymore. Am I but a Chinmonk? Is that you, John Wayne? Is this me? All I know is I need to keep this project moving. I don't know, what's it gonna be, the egg or level 20? They might happen both quick back to back. Piece of candy! The only thing that could be more economy crashing than 5 Pokemon with pickup in your party would be having the sweeper be an Amulet Coin Meowth with Payday. I think it might be the egg before 20 at this rate. Put in some mileage on those Lamborghinis. Actually, I was just getting countless non-bird encounters. Well, I mean, they actually were counted, but you know what I mean. Piece of candy. Was that 27 or 28? It wasn't until editing this that I realized how jarring the repeated start sound of the song for the area was. Alright, that might be level 20. If so, we're going for a break. No! Alright, it's like one fight away. There we go. These 2 encounters shown are indeed also counted in the tally. Alright, we just hit 20. The bugs aren't that frequent, but they are interesting. Oh no! Okay, that was weird. But we got it working. You know what? I'm gonna take a break. We're gonna see if we could get back over to the department store. Which should be in Beale Beach. I'm sorry, can I just pawn a bunch of potions to you? I could. That's silly, but thank you. Is it Beale Beach? I think it was Beale Beach that had the... Oh, my controller's vibrating because the egg's about to hatch. There we go. Was it a fairy type? So what do we need to know about Peggy Sue? Interesting. Well, I guess that's pretty good timing on when I chose to leave. Figuring out what Professor Bamb'o gave us as an egg was kind of the main goal here, but we're going to take a quick trip over to the department store and then back over to Legen Town to see if we can get another HM replacement item. Third floor. Picking up False Swipe to make catching things a little bit easier. Thunder because it pairs excellently with Rain Dance whenever we get that. Safeguard's always useful on a wall. Flash is cheap and just better sand attack, plus you could light up dark caves if we encounter any. I don't want to be entirely out of cash, but... And with that settled, we'll head back over to Legen Town. It was Legen Town, right? That had the Tinkerer? Where were you? Is it this way, right under the shop? Yes? I love the Powerglove. It's so bad. Please. It does look like the Powerglove. That's amazing. Now the question is, do I even need Doug with me? In theory, at this point, I no longer need Doug to use HM's strength. Was 1989's The Wizard always just a marketing gimmick for the Powerglove? That broke things up nicely, but it's time to get back to the mines. Alright, so we've got the Powerglove, which means I don't need Doug on me. Going forward, we're going to continue EV training this Eletux for a bit, although we'll be changing our venue shortly. And going forward, a little bit wiser now after having to edit together this whole segment, we've got some new ideas on how to handle the extended segments of training. Something more adventurous is coming soon. It just wouldn't feel right to me to have a 10-hour cut to that point. Still trying to figure out what I really want to do for that interim, though. 126 special attack EVs. Alright. But we got rid of the egg and we got rid of Doug, so now we have 2 more rolls at a rare candy every time I actually get an EV. Whether it be speed or special attack. Special attack in this case. Did I heal? Oh, I did not. That's okay. I should probably clip.